God's grace and family's blessings, we got engaged, and immediately I started getting a lot of backlash from it, saying, you know, jihad and Muslim and your kids are going to be terrorists and all. I put up a post for Eid, and suddenly somebody started messaging saying, oh, you know what, she's converted into a Muslim. And how do you know if I've converted or not? You have Shah Rukh Khan, you have Deepika. You have the two of the biggest names in your film. I don't want to look like a background dancer, so that's my only reason. He said, what are you saying? The song is only between you and Shah Rukh. I said, sir, abhi de dijiye, main abhi sign kar leti hu. I'm not thinking twice, I'm going to sign it right now. They might probably say, oh, you're looking fat. Somebody will say, oh, you're looking too thin. Oh, but you're so dark. How did you become white? Did you take injections? Did you do this? Did you do that? I said, no, I've not done anything. No, never. I am already 40, Jitesh. What will I do surgery now? Yeah. I've seen the growth of Nayanthara. The choices of films that she gets is something which it really, I mean, I'm really envious of that.
You mentioned the Jawan girl gang.
Yeah.
Do you all have like a WhatsApp group?
Yeah. Yeah, it's called Good to Go Chief.
What's the kind of conversations? Is it bitching? Is it
very? Very.
Yeah.
Come on, we're all girls, man. We have to bitch. If you want to really get good films, you need to text your heroes or you need to text your director.
Welcome to In the Ring with Filmfare. I'm in conversation with someone who was pan-Indian before pan-Indian became a cliche. She's excelled in Telugu, she's excelled in Tamil, she's excelled in Kannada, she's excelled in Malayalam, and now of course she's going rapid strides in the Hindi film industry. I'm in conversation with Priyamani. Thank you, Priya, for being a part of this.
Thank you for having me.
Have you ever been faced with like a family man kind of situation in your life?
In what
Overworked
way?
husband?
No, I think I would rather say overworked wife.
Okay.
Husband was pretty fine because initially he used to, he was in the events business, right? So that's how we met. And so yeah, I remember, I think there was a time when because of these events, he had hardly, you know, he used to get about 3 hours of sleep, 4 hours of sleep or whatever. And I used to be so upset. And why are you getting so, you know, you need your sleep to work more. Saying, no, I'm okay, you know, I'm fine with even 4 hours of sleep. I can manage through the day and things like that. So yeah, there was a case of overworked husband at one point in time. But then because of COVID and things like that, he had to shut shop. And now he's into a completely opposite.
He's in the US,
He's in the US, so he's in the complete opposite line. He's into oil and gas right now. That business with his brother and things. So now it's a case of both are overworking themselves. So me
so
and
how
he.
How do you navigate a long distance relationship?
Jitesh, we've always been in a long distance, right from when we were seeing each other. I mean, I was in Bangalore, he's in Bombay.
How long did you date before you got married?
So we got married in 2017 and we started seeing each other in 12.
So 5 years.
Yeah.
So does it sort of engender any insecurities? You know, what is he doing now? Firstly, the time distance. You have to you have to be awake in the night.
See, I think one plus point when it comes to the two of us is we've always communicated. You know, we've always any given minute of any given day, we are always in touch. You know, we text each other saying, okay, listen, you know, what's your agenda for today, if he asks. And I say, okay, for example, if I'm coming, I told him that, okay, look, I'm coming to Jitesh's the interview today. And after that, I'm going back home and then I'm going to be home or I'm going to hit the gym and then I'm going to come back. So I'll be home by 5:30, 5:45, I'm at home. I may not go to the gym, I may go to the gym. So all that yeah, everything and vice versa. You know, if he's traveling somewhere, so he says, you know what, today I'm going to Midland. So it's a 1 hour thing. So I have to get up not today, like tomorrow. So I have to get up at 4 in the morning, fly out. Then once he lands, he'll text me saying I've landed. Vice versa. If I'm traveling somewhere, I'll tell him, look, I've landed, all okay, everything fine. And in the evening, we'll get some time to talk to each other. It could be a video call, it could be via audio,
so
whatever.
How often do you meet?
Once in 3 months, which is fine. I mean, our meeting point is Dubai. So we keep meeting in Dubai. He works out of Dubai as well. So he also keeps traveling a lot. He's got a major his main what do you say factory, his warehouse is in Indonesia, so he keeps traveling to Indonesia also. So now, as of now, in this case, both of us are overworking ourselves, and we see to it that we meet up at least once in 3 months.
And that's enough for you?
Yeah, I mean, we spend about 10-15 days, which is just us, you know. So there's no pressure of the outside world.
What I mean is, like, what happens when you're, say, in a vulnerable state of mind and you feel you need him to be with you? You know, you're probably going through God forbid, you know, a low phase, a surgery, something where you need an intimate partner.
I've been really fortunate that during whatever time, be it my high or be it my low, he's always been there with me. Either physically or emotionally. He's always been there. I don't have to technically tell him I need you. He's always there for me. I know that for a fact. I may not respond to a message properly, and for me it is always a message from him saying, are you okay? That's more than enough for me. I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. He's like, no, you don't sound okay. I said, no, I'm okay. So then he'll call up immediately and he said, no, you're not okay, you don't sound okay, what happened? Then if there's something, I'll tell him. Then immediately an audio call will change into a video call. I say, what happened? And he say, okay, don't worry, I'm there, I'll take care of it. And so he's always been there for me. So I don't have to technically worry that, you know, he's not there physically. I may need a hug at that point of time just to feel better. But I think a call from him, and the moment I hear his voice, I think that's more than enough for me.
You know, there was a lot of trolling when you got married. It was almost like there was sort of a communal slant.
It's still there.
But how do you deal with? Isn't this sort of thing very narrow-minded and vicious? Like,
see, I don't know how to answer this. I think it's to each his own. First of all, their opinion. They're entitled to their opinion. We did face a lot of backlash when we had announced that we got engaged. I wanted to put out a post, then with everybody's consent, family's consent, we put out a post together on Facebook, when I was on Facebook at that point of time, saying God's grace and family's blessings, we got engaged. And immediately I started getting a lot of backlash from
hate mail.
A lot of people started texting, saying, you know, jihad and Muslim, and your kids are going to be terrorists and all that. It did take a toll on me at that point of time, and it's not nice, you know. So I kept telling people, I said, why are you targeting only one caste couple? There are so many now who are, you know, top actors today everywhere. Yeah. They are marrying out of their caste. They're marrying somebody else in another religion, into another religion. It's not necessary that they might have imbibed that religion or adopted that religion. They might be the same. But yes, they're married into somebody because you love somebody, you fell in love with that person, irrespective of whatever religion that person belongs to or belonged to. And I don't know why this much of hate or this much of thing I got. As very recent, I put up a post for Eid because I wanted to. It's not that. And suddenly somebody started messaging saying, oh, you know what, she's converted into a Muslim. And how do you know if I've converted or not? It's my decision. If I want to convert, I will convert. If I don't want to, I will not. Yeah. And that was one of the primary line that I told Mustafa when I married him. I said, even if we are in love and things like that, but please don't expect me to convert, which I will not, because I was a born Hindu. I am a born Hindu. I will follow it. I may not be as religious as going to a temple every Tuesdays or Fridays or, you know, whenever, but that religion is always there, and I respect your religion as per you, how you respect mine. And I don't expect you to come to a temple, so you don't expect me to come to a dargah, but it is my decision. If I want to come, if I want to come and offer a dua at a dargah, I will come, because it's my will and wish. So you cannot force me as well, I can't force you to come. He said, yes, perfect. The main thing, we wanted his parents' consent also, and they said, fine, that's absolutely okay. And I think that was the biggest, advantage, that, the parents also said, okay, you don't have to convert, you don't have to follow our religion. But they know that I respect it as much as how they respect my religion. So, like I was saying, I put up a post for Eid where I wore a green sharara because I wanted to. And I just said Eid Mubarak, and wished all my fellow Muslim families and friends who were celebrating Eid, the auspicious thing of Eid. And again, everybody started saying, before that, for Ram Navami or something, you didn't put anything. For Navaratri, you didn't put anything. Why are you putting for Eid? I said, so it's like you do something.
You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
Exactly. I just said, so for me, it's just, I just take it in one year and leave it out the other. I don't necessarily have to, I'm not affected by it anymore. That's what, let me put it.
You talked about this, tell me, ageism.
Yeah.
Is like, I mean, one has seen in the southern industry, you all, put out to pasture literally once you're 30 and,
Yeah.
there is a certain...
Yeah.
So did you face any kind of that when you did movies? Because you
Even
were,
now I do.
whether it was Parathiviran or whether it's Yamadonga or whether it's all the Thirakada, the kind of
Yeah.
films, you were top lining all the big movies of
Yeah.
that time. So did you suddenly face any kind of, discrimination? Obviously, you've spoken about being discriminated on basis of your color.
Yeah.
But you want to talk about that a bit?
See, fortunately for me, I've not been discriminated as in terms of saying you've done a certain kind of role, you'll be doing only that. So fortunately for me, I have not been a target to that yet. I've been so fortunate that I've got to work with some fantastic people, as in terms of either directors or actors, where I have been a part of the films where at least the roles spoke for itself. It may not necessarily be a main lead. It could be a character which has something, there's something important to it, so that it adds weight to the role and it's spoken about at the end of the day. If that works, that's fine with me. But I think when you're saying about Parithiviran and Tirakada, I think at that point of time I didn't think twice. I just said, yes, I want to do it, because Tirakada, for that fact, I think when Ranjit sir gave me a call, he had just seen Parithiviran. And he said, look, I saw Parithiviran and I want you to... And he explained the role to me, and he said it in 10 minutes. Like an overall, he just said, this is the thing, this is the thing. I said, sir, are you sure you want me to carry such a heavy role? Because it's a very heavy role.
Yeah.
Where I'm sure people don't know about this movie. It's where I play a life of an actress between 1982 to 2008. And... what the ups and downs that she goes through in the due course, that after her first film she becomes a superstar, and then suddenly then her downfall happens and all that. So what happens when her downfall happens, and then she's what do you say, she's got cervical cancer, and so how she copes up with it, doesn't she, but in the end she dies and things like that. So it's loosely based on a real
By the way,
life.
it's loosely based on my most favorite actor, Srividya. And Priyamani won the Filmfare in the South for Malayalam for the best actress that year.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, not at all.
I just have to say that this is the news that I got, that I just missed the second national award because I didn't dub for myself for Tirakada. So I just missed the national award because of that. Otherwise, they said you're in contention for the national award, and they actually sent it to the national awards. And
But why didn't you dub for the...
Because
you speak Malayalam?
I do, but I figure that they think that my Malayalam is a little more, anglicized. It's very, it's not the typical slanged Malayalam, or the typical area wala Malayalam. It's very English style Malayalam. So maybe because of that. So I just missed the second national award because of that. But yeah, good. You're saying.
So, it's amazing. While I have reservations about the movie, her performance, she had added so many layers to the film. It was It was really amazing. But I'm digressing now. So I have to ask you about, did you sense a certain ageism, say especially in the Tamil and Telugu industry? Did you feel ki, okay, the roles that were coming to me once are not coming to this?
Yeah, I still remember, I think after Parithiveeran, after it became such a big hit and people started talking about it in all the languages, I started getting movies exactly like that. You know what I mean? Like typecasting, saying, sorry. So suddenly I get a call, somebody says, Madam, we've got a movie for you. I said, okay, it's a Tamil film, okay. Role is, can I say it in Tamil?
Of course.
I think, Madam, Parithiveeran pola, அந்த மாதிரி character, Madam, Muttazhaga. I said, no. I'm not going to get typecasted. I don't want to keep doing the same thing because people will think that, Priyamani can do only that. So I wanted to do something different, which is why I did a film called Malaikote, where the audience saw a completely different side of me, at least in the songs, where they saw me wearing short dresses and I could dance. And I think that was the first time they've shown me dancing. So people could figure out that, oh, okay, Priyamani can also dance, not only, act. So I said, so that was a conscious decision that I took. I wanted to show a different side to myself, saying, why do I want to keep doing the same thing that I've done? And right now, if you see, I think long gone are the days where, I'm not saying it's not important, because we've all been a product of that times when, songs were really important. They still are important, I'm not saying no. And we've gone to exotic locations and we've, dressed in the skimpiest of the outfits and we've danced and we've romanced the hero in the most beautiful locations. But right now, I think the cinema is evolving so much that I think they go only if necessary. If your story is based abroad, or if it's necessary that you need to go abroad and shoot, only then they shoot. Otherwise, I think it's evolved so much that I think right now they're quite happy with just montage songs and shooting in live locations kind of a thing.
No, but my point also I was trying to drive home is, because the other industries are so age related, as you age or you become a certain, when you reach the peak of your form, you realize, oh, the roles have dried up. So did that ever happen with you?
Not really. I think they, a lot of the roles that came for me and which are still coming to me, I think they're quite, it's not necessary. I don't think people are, they're not giving any importance to age right now. And by that I'm saying, it's not necessary that they're saying, you need to be a 20-year-old, you need to be an 18-year-old. No. The roles, at least for me, I'm saying, the roles that are coming up for me, they're saying it's more age appropriated. They're saying 35, 39. Now I've just turned 40. And I'm proud to say I'm 40. I'm not, why should I hide my age? I'm not growing any younger. And so they are coming up saying, okay, this is a 39-year-old lady or a 38-year-old lady. And I've already started, I did mother role in Grandmaster and all when I was, just about, and I just touched I think I was 30 or 31 or something. At that point of time, I figured, if I play mother role, will I be categorized by doing only mother roles? Will I be able, won't I get any other offers? But I think that shattered my thing. I was quite okay with all the roles that were coming because I figured all my contemporaries are doing it. So why not me? Let that mental block not be there anymore. And which is why I do, and I still do the roles that come my way, which I feel is convincing enough, and if I like it, only then I'll do it.
Culturally, do you feel any sort of, like when you do a Kannada film, do you have a different mindset when you do a Tamil film? There's nothing.
No, not at all. I don't know if their vision has changed towards the approach of the thing.
But when you when you're acting in a Telugu film and when you're acting in a Malayalam film?
See, I try to make it as real and normal as possible. But if they want to amp it up a little, then we'll have to do. Because at the end of the day, you're a director's actor.
Correct.
How they envision the character. And it is a give and take process at the end of the day. If you find that, okay, you know what, I feel that this is it's going too much from my scale, I would probably go and say, sir, can we turn it down a notch because I feel it's a little too much. So they'll say, okay, madam, whatever you feel. So if they feel that it is nice, then we'll do that way. Or I will give them multiple options. multiple choice questions, whatever they want to, multiple choice answers, so whatever they want to.
Is there a role that you refuse which you regret?
No.
No?
No. I have refused a lot of roles, but I've never regretted any.
No?
Yeah.
When you see the posters of the film, oh shit, maybe I could have done that.
No.
No?
No. I'm quite happy the way my journey is so far.
And how did Hindi films happen? You know, I mean, we saw you in Chennai Express doing that hugely popular blockbuster number. But how did that shift happen? And suddenly you're doing Maidan and you're doing Article 370 and you're...
good, no?
Yeah, I know, it's super. More power to you. And then there's this massive family man thing. So how did that... Was it just like preordained or what?
See, to be very honest, my first Hindi journey started with Mani Sir's Ravan. Then came Rakta Charitra. After that, yes, there was, maybe because the roles were not that
Spectacular.
important. Though in Ravan it was really important because it's because of that character, you know, Jamunia's character that, you know,
Everything
he kidnaps Aishwarya's character and all of that. But that one scene which I really loved, and even Mani Sir said, you know, you've done a good job, was that after the whole police station thing, you know, she's lying down on the rooftop and, you know, so we did the Tamil version first. And so we were all, and by the way, it was all natural tears. No? I didn't use glycerine for that, by the way. So Mani Sir himself was very shocked and surprised. He said, he came to my mother by the end of the scene and he said, Enna ma, unga ponnu idile, she's got a tap or what, you switch it on and you know, his eyes are welling up. So I said, no sir, the scene itself is so powerful and it's so touching where she says what all she went through the whole night in the jail, and then she comes back and she has to relive the whole thing to tell her brother or brothers who are listening that ye sab hua tha mere saath. So that itself is such a, it's painful for any woman to obviously go through all of that. And so I don't know what just came to me, I just started crying. So he said, ready, let's start. So 9 to 3 we shot the Tamil portion. And then when we went to the Hindi one, I didn't have to change, only the actors had to change and come. So the Hindi, when they came, I said, sir, can we do this tomorrow? Because my eyes have dried up today. I cannot shoot this today. He said, yeah, no problem. So we'll shoot something else. So I was done for the day. Next day I came, we did the same thing. All that ho gaya. And so yeah, my journey started there. And that's when Mani Sir gave me the first compliment. He said, oh, you know, you're good and thing. I wish I could. I want to work with Mani Sir again. I hope I can. I'm manifesting it anyway. So Ravan came first, and then Rakta Charitra came in because we shot in 3 languages simultaneously, which was Tamil, Telugu and Hindi. So after that, yes, there was a conscious gap at least in the Hindi belt, because I think I had many more offers in the south in all the languages, so I kept working there. And then suddenly Chennai Express happened, and that too, I got a call from Rohit sir's office. And I thought it was a prank because I didn't know why will a person like Rohit Shetty or his office give me a call and say, I want you for a dance sequence. But then I found out that it was the actual one, and then my manager and we came here to Mumbai, went to Rohit sir's office, met him, and then he gave me the whole description of the song and how it's going to happen, ye, wo, falana. And I had only one question. I said, sir, I hope don't put me as a back dancer because you have 2 of the biggest names. You have Shah Rukh Khan, you have Deepika Padukone. You have the 2 of the biggest names in your film. I don't want to look like a background dancer. So that's my only thing. He said, what are you saying? The song is only between you and Shah Rukh. I said, sir, abhi de dijiye, main abhi sign kar leti hu. I'm not thinking twice. I'm going to sign it right now. So within 5 minutes, I've signed the deal. I've said yes. And how I got that song was apparently Rohit sir had seen one of my Kannada songs. The movie called Ram with the late Puneet Rajkumar. The song was called Hosa Gana Bajana. So he had seen that song and he said, hey, call this girl. So that's how I got Chennai Express. And I'm still very happy that the song is very popular even till today. Then again, after that, in fact, I got a lot of offers, Hindi and in the South, for doing special numbers. I said no. Just because ek gana hit ho gaya, that doesn't mean I keep doing the same thing. Yeah. I understand you want you probably would want a person who can dance. You want a person to make your song popular, to sell it to people. But I said that I don't want to do that. I did this purely because I love Shah Rukh, and I wanted to be a part of Chennai Express, and I can do anything for Shah Rukh. I said I would love to do. I'm doing it only for Shah Rukh Khan. I said yes, I'd do it. Then I said no. And apparently I got a call from Mr. Subhash Ghai's office as well for, I don't know which film. But they said, हम लोग सुभाष घाई sir के office से हैं and we want you for a song. I said, no sir, I'm sorry, but I don't think I'll be able to do it, with all due respect. So they said, okay, no issues and all that. And then again a gap in the Hindi belt happened. I was working in the South again. Then Raj sir and DK sir, I got a call from Mukesh Chhabra, who said, I'm a casting director here in Mumbai and would like you to come and meet me in the office. And I said, okay. I didn't even know who Mukesh Chhabra was at that time. Then I came to Mumbai. I went to his office, which was hardly about 5 minutes from my place. I met Raj and DK there. I said, okay. And then they said, they offered me Family Man and they sat me down for half an hour. They narrated the character of Suchi. And that's how my career in the Hindi started. And touch wood, it's going on.
Yeah, more power to you. I mean, this year itself, you've had such lovely films. It's amazing. So, like you said, acting is acting. There's no switching of mindset or any of that. That's great. Tell me, how do you handle mental health? That's a huge topic of discussion.
Yeah.
So, I mean, have you been to therapy? Do you find, where do you find sort of respite, solace, and you guys lead. I mean, I cannot imagine. I've closely watched actors, traveled with them, and the kind of lives you all lead is really hectic. Yeah. So, what is that, which offers you support? I mean, how do you, because we need to normalize these conversations.
Of course. I think again, I'm saying it from a personal point of view. I have not undergone any a state like that till date, touch wood. But I'm sure if I do have a lot of people I could talk to, which could be my parents, my husband of course, because I'm living all alone in Mumbai right now, and the constant worry for my father is, why are you staying all alone? Fly and come off to Bombay. I said, fly and come off to Bangalore. I said, no, I have a life here. I agree that, okay, you would want your daughter to be closer to you. Is how can somebody stay for 4 months alone? The fathers and their doubts and everything, their worries. So I told him, I said, look, I have accepted this life. This is my life and I have to deal with it. Yes, there are times when I feel so alone at home because I just have only the walls around me. I have only the television to watch. I might probably watch a series or something and while away my time. I might just, meet some of the girls, the Jawan girls, and have a good time in the evening. We'd go out for dinner or something, or I might meet another friend of mine. We might go for coffee. But apart from that, there have been times when, yes, I will not shy away from it, saying I've just stared at the walls 24/7, not doing anything. You can't do anything. What can you do?
Especially during COVID and all that.
Yeah, no. Fortunately for me, during COVID, family was there with me. So, we could talk, we played games, whatever we could do as a family just to drive out the craziness, of. And the first time, I think, my husband and I, we spent time together. We were there together for like 6 months. 6 months or 7 months we were, we spent time together. And thank God we didn't drive each other crazy. But, we just, no outside help. I mean, our house help couldn't come and, help us out. So, we used to divide chores in the house. So, he used to do jhadu, I used to do pocha, or one of the two. We used to go out to buy groceries. So, like that, at least, we got to spend time together. And with my in-laws also, in the afternoon, we used to, rather than just watching television or something, we actually sat down, we played games. So we played Ludo, so they introduced me to another game what they play. I still have absolutely no idea how that goes. Please don't ask me the name because I have no idea how that goes. So that's how I think, the mind was diverted. But I'm saying right now, yes, I've been living all alone since March at home, which I usually do for 3 months because my mother-in-law is also in the US. Mustafa is in the US, brother is in the US. So I'm all alone at home with the walls and the TV as my company. Sometimes my friends are there to give me company. But apart from that, I know this may sound really silly. It may not be the ideal answer to this question, but to drive away my boredom, I watch a lot of dog videos and cat videos. Because I think that really sort of de-stresses me because I'm a huge animal lover. And I think that really de-stresses me. I mean, it could be the silliest thing of how a dog is chasing its tail or the silliest thing of a cat swatting whatever. So that I think, I know it's not the ideal answer, but I think to me that it de-stresses me a lot.
Tell me, there's also...
Or I chase a dog or a cat on the road and try to
You have a lot of pets?
I did have at home in Bangalore. My dog passed away. This year would be the second year that he passed away. But we have a cat at home in Bangalore. And he's the owner of the house. So he comes and goes whenever he pleases. He's a stray. So he comes and goes whenever he pleases. Here also in Mumbai, I actually befriended a cat, which was a building cat.
Okay.
It's a black in color. And she used to always come only to my house because she knows that this is a place where I can get food and everything. So she became quite friendly, but then after a while I think people started driving her away. They started shooing her away, but she's still there in the building, but I don't know where she is.
I've heard this. I don't know how true it is. Like ad films, brands, movies, a lot of stars get chosen because of their, a lot of actors get chosen because of their social media numbers and following.
Okay.
Is that a thing with you? Like, has anybody said what is your Instagram account number? But the point I'm trying to drive is everybody is living a life through Instagram, which is very structured and, oh, this one said this, I should do this. There is so much pressure to live a curated life. Do you feel that pressure more and more?
Sometimes, not all the time. I'll be lying if I say that Instagram doesn't take over all our lives. It does to a certain extent. But I'm not the one who would probably... I don't really care about my following, as in terms of, I don't want it to be 50 million, and if it does organically, well and good. That shows, obviously people do love me. I have like 2.2 million followers and I'm proud of my 2.2 million followers. Be it for the right reasons or wrong reasons, I have 2.2 million followers and I'm quite happy with that. I'm quite happy with the post that I put on, and I get so many positive comments from them saying, oh, you're looking so good today, you're looking nice today. Some unnecessary comments would also come up, which you just take it in one ear and leave it out the other. But for me, I'm quite fortunate enough that the brands, when you're talking about the adverts and things like that, when they approach me, they don't approach for the following that I have or the popularity that I have on Instagram, because I don't live by Instagram. I don't want to keep putting up a post every day. I don't have a PR team. I'm my own PR. I do everything on my own. I don't have people saying, oh, today 12 to 2 you post this. So we have this today. Tomorrow you put a picture of a plant. You post a picture of I say, I don't want to do all of that. There are a lot of people who would probably say, why don't you take a selfie and put? So for what joy? It's my life, If I want to put, I'll put. For you to see what I am doing, I don't want to do that. There are people who do it well and good. I'm not saying it's wrong or it's right. But for me, I'm quite happy the way I am. I don't have to keep posting about everything that I do. Rather than saying or put up a story saying, oh, and I have actually seen a lot of people do that especially when you're in a restaurant, the food comes, before you start eating, they'll take pictures and they'll post it. And I'm like, why do you want to do it? I don't want 15 people to see what I'm eating. I want to relish what I'm eating, I'm coming here, I'm spending time with you. I don't want people to say, oh, you know what, we are in this restaurant. They'll tag the restaurant. They'll say, this is what we're eating. Why? I mean, I don't understand that. Fortunately, I'm not following that, and I don't really would want to follow that. So I'm quite organic in that way. And yeah, and in fact, a lot of people have also suggested, especially during COVID, they said, why don't you have a YouTube channel? I said, no. That's the one thing I will not do. Everybody, all my contemporaries, all my peers, everybody have a YouTube channel. During COVID, obviously, that was the thing that they started. And the first thing, and it's so common, and I don't know, I'm so sorry I'm saying this, but for me, I don't feel like, you should share your personal life. Because whatever is supposed to be personal, it should be personal. Whatever is meant to be shown to the audience, only that should come out. So I don't want people to say, it's technically like Big Boss, no? I mean, I'm saying that by that, I'm saying you're showing what is the content of your house. You're showing that, okay, you know what, I'm living in this thing. See, this is my wall, this is brown in color. I know your wall is brown in color, I can see it. But I do understand that is what they need for, to get out a half an hour wala video, 45-minute video, 20-minute video, whatever. And the next video would be what I eat in a day, what is in my purse. So I have had lot of people saying, why don't you do it? I said, why should I? I don't want to do it. It's my life. I will eat what I want to eat in a day. I will have what I want to have in my purse. And I don't want you to see what is in my purse. I don't want you to see what I eat, because what I eat is what I eat. So it's my choice at the end of the day, right? I don't want your validation saying, oh, you know what, you ate, say your dosa today, you ate a dosa today. Oh, so did you eat the dosa? So there will be somebody who's commenting saying, oh, so your dosa was with sambar, you didn't have sambar, you didn't have this chutney, you didn't have this. Okay, it's just an exaggeration, but I'm just saying the point.
I know what you mean.
I don't want people to say, I mean, I will eat the dosa how I want to eat the dosa, how I've been brought up eating a dosa. I will eat it with chutney, I'll eat it with sambar, I will eat it with whatever, molaga podi or whatever, that's my will and wish, no? So that's why I stay away from all of this. I stay away. So whoever approaches me for the brand thing also, they don't approach me for my visibility or my this. But on the flip side, once the ad is out and you post it on your social media, there are people who obviously say, they want to boost the post so that it reaches a lot of followers. So we want to see your insight. We want to see how many people have viewed, how many people. I mean, it's a part and parcel of, choosing the brand, being part of it and posting it. But fortunately for me, on the flip side, it's not like a brand ambassadorship that I'm doing. It's just a one-off. On the other side, they say we want to see your insight, so change it to a business profile, which I don't want to. Because if I do that, all my data is given out to other people who are following me. I don't want to do that. So I said, look, I'm not going to change it to business profile. It's a personal profile. You want to take it, take it. You don't want to, that's totally left to you. So that's how I deal with them, and yeah.
There was also this Me Too phase at one point, and did you ever face any kind of toxic patriarchy? With a kind of, did you ever, I mean, you don't need to name names and all of that, but I've always felt there is a certain trivialization of the heroine, in the South, or there is a certain, let's say, patriarchy is normalized within the industry and outside the industry. So did you ever feel, say a role got cut, or maybe because you were not pandering to another hero or a director, maybe you slighted somebody's ego and, you found your roles cut, or did anything like that happen?
My very first film in Telugu, my role was cut. I don't know for what reason. But when we were shooting it, and that was my very first film, it might have been for the silliest reason where, the director came to me. He was a new director at that point, first director. He came to me and he said, Madam, and I knew that I was playing the second heroine. I was not playing the main lead. But apparently, once the my portions were shot, and there was still a little more to be shot. And I was playing this typical NRI girl coming to Hyderabad, and first time trying the Pavada Davni, and she's like, oh my god, I like it. So once she's here, she's wearing all short skirt, but when she's abroad, she's wearing Pavada Davni. I don't know what is that logic also. Anyway. It's the first film, no, so you don't think much, you just want to be a part of it and whatever. So once she comes down for a family, she's wearing all short skirts and she's like, yeah, this is how I was in the US and whatever. So once we almost finished the shoot, the director came to me, he came aside and he said, madam, you know one thing, your role is really good, it's much, it's better, it's better than the main lead. I said, okay. Okay, no issues. I said, if you're happy, I'm happy. Producer's happy, I'm happy, no problem. They cut to after about a couple of days or a couple of weeks when the movie release was announced and we went to the theatre and we saw it. I was just so shocked. I just looked at my mother and I said, what is this? I mean, this is not even what we shot. Because what we shot, out of say 100%, 60% was there. I said, what about the rest? Kya ho gaya? I said, nee, length, producer, editor, cut. I said, okay. So at that point of time, I did not know the importance of, whether did it create an impact, didn't it create an impact? I just wanted to be a part of it. But then post that, I think I have been quite fortunate enough, right from Bharti Raja sir's film, to have had pretty strong roles that I've portrayed. All the characters that I've portrayed are pretty strong-willed and they're very bold for whatever reason the character is. That I did not feel whether I don't think even the directors felt it needed to be cut or not cut. But yes, there was another film of mine I remember in Telugu. Because I think one of my songs it became quite popular. I was told that another song would be added.
To the other heroine?
Yeah. I was like,
so you faced trouble from the heroines, not from the heroes?
Not from the heroes and the directors.
So
but we still don't know what is I know only one side what is being told to me. So I don't know the other. So I don't think I was in a position at that point of time to go and probably fight, or question, saying why was it cut or why did you edit my portion. As to even very, very, very recent also, there was a portion of mine which was cut.
From a film?
From a film.
Because?
The length.
was
the excuse, was the reason that was given to me, was the length. And I found that I didn't think that was the right reason. And I said, why? I mean, and that was the most important point in the film, because of which the other incidents take place. And I said, why? I mean, how? It still is a big question mark for me, which is still unanswered. But yeah, that was the reason that was given to me, that we felt that the length was a little too much, so we had to edit it out. Though the director he wanted it, but other forces didn't want it. I said, look, that's not fair.
Yeah, of course not.
But that's the maximum that I could do. I couldn't do anything else.
So you've not faced any kind of toxicity of any other, some sort of body shaming? I mean, that
not by the industry people.
Okay.
From outsiders, yes. But when I post the thing, they might probably say, oh, you're looking fat. Somebody will say, oh, you're looking too thin. Right now, I think about 2-3 days back, I posted a picture in collaboration with a magazine, and that one odd comment will come saying, oh, you're back to what you were before. Like, what does that even mean? I don't understand. And somebody obviously said, oh, you were looking at one of my pictures when I posted one of my pictures as part of a dance reality show. It was a black dress where I'm sitting like this. And see, one thing is you're sitting outside, the photographer is taking it. It could have been an editing mistake, or it could have been the light ka shadow that was falling on my leg. So this till about here, I was quite white enough for them, but my legs were quite dark. So he said, oh, so one comment says, oh, the editor is your photographer didn't edit your picture properly. You're white here, you're black here. Oh, but you're so dark. How did you become white? Did you take injections? Did you do this? Did you do that? I said, no, I've not done anything. I'm as natural as I am. I'd never go for any such thing. So after a point in time, I just
is there a pressure to sort of surgically enhance?
I've not been told that, fortunately.
Okay.
It's all natural.
And you won't be tempted or pressured by anyone?
No, never. I am already 40, Jitesh. What will I do surgery now? Yeah.
So, is it true that you and Vidya Balan are cousins? I mean, one has read about it, but you haven't spoken much about it.
Yeah, we are cousins. Yeah. We are second cousins.
Okay.
From my father's side. So, my grandfather and her grandfather were direct brothers.
Oh, okay.
So, her grandfather was the elder one.
So, do you meet often and or what is the conversations you've had with her?
Nothing, till date, I've met her only twice. Achha. One was at an award event in, I think it was Vizag, where she had come with, I think she had done a Telugu film based on senior NTR sir's family. Mm-hmm. I mean, his life. So she had come, I think she must have been getting an award or something. So she came, so that was, and they made sure that, I was also there at that time. So she gave me the award for some film of mine, which I don't even remember what they gave, which movie of mine they gave me for.
Correct.
So that was the first time I actually saw her on stage, and she's very sweet, very warm. She said, Priya, how are you? So I said, I'm good, how are you? And that's when, we hugged and everything. And I think the second time we saw each other was at Shah Rukh's party, Shah Rukh's birthday party. So that was the second time that I saw her. But she's very sweet, very warm.
Are there any co-stars of yours whose career you envy and you like, they follow their trajectory and you say, wow, I like the kind of work he or she is doing?
100%. I have always, I personally have seen not personally, but I've seen the growth of Nayanthara, and I think it's really good with the way, especially with the choices that she's, the choice of films that she's been doing. Not because she was a part of Jawan, I'm not saying that, but I've known her much before she became, lady superstar Nayanthara. And true to the title, I mean, she's fabulous. She's, the choices of films that she gets is something which, it really, I mean, I'm really envious of that, and I wish I could also do something like that.
You mentioned the Jawan girl gang.
Yeah.
Do you all have like a WhatsApp group?
Yeah. Yeah, it's called Good to Go Chief.
Okay.
Because we all, if you notice in the movie, we all say Good to Go Chief.
Yeah.
Good to Go Chief. So that's how the WhatsApp group is called Good to Go Chief.
So what's the kind of conversations? Is it bitching? Is it
very?
Very.
Come on, we're all girls, man. We have to bitch.
So do you all have targets of usual who you attack?
Yeah. It would be something as silly as we would forward. I personally, I would take the blame on it. You ask any of the girls, they would obviously mention my name. I would forward them all these Instagram reels, all these cringe videos and all. No, I would forward them that and say, now see, I suffered 30 seconds. Now you guys suffer 30 seconds. So they'd all say, why are you killing us? So all that we do, or we would probably forward some one-odd video saying, "Arey," or if either of us are being photographed or videoed by somebody, and one of us happens to see it on Instagram, we'll probably share it in the group and say, "Oh my God, you're actually looking very good, and you spoke really well." And so all that happens, but yeah, technically it's the memes and the things that we forward to each other.
What's the worst piece of advice you've got from someone?
I've actually not got a bad advice as yet. I've been okay. So I don't know whether I should. I won't mention the person's name, obviously, but it was somebody who was working with me long back, it was a shock for me that he said it to me. He said, if you want to climb the ladder, and by that I do not necessarily the other way, as in terms of if you want to really get good films, you need to text your heroes, or you need to text your directors, or keep them in your pocket.
Oh my God.
Like, literally, just, it may not be a direct message, but just keep in touch. Just say hi, how are you?
Are you in touch with him still?
You think I am? No.
How did you keep a straight face when he said that?
I told him off there and then. I said, look, I'm not a person to do that. I want my work and my talent to speak for itself. I don't want to work by doing something which I would probably, more than me, I need to have a peaceful sleep at night. I need to sleep peacefully at night knowing that I have done good work. I don't want to, more than me, I don't want my parents to be ashamed. I don't want them to, say, okay, in case, for example, if I text somebody and we've become over friendly, not right now, I'm saying much before 2011 was the time when I got this advice from this person who's working with me. And so I was just thinking to myself that if I had texted somebody, if I had, the big if something had happened, if I bagged that film, how would I be able to live with myself? I'm not a person to do that. There might be other people. I'm not saying no. I may be wrong. I may not be wrong. I don't know. But I do not work that way. I don't operate that way, or I don't work that way. I want my work to speak for itself. The whatever movies that I've chosen, whatever web series I'm doing, whatever ads I'm doing, it is by my own merit. It is not because I have befriended a co-star, or I've befriended a director, or befriended a producer. Though I'm sure a lot of people, I think sometime off late somebody did ask me this question that, do you believe in, sending out feelers to directors or actors that you would want to work with them? Because I'm sure, there are people who do that. I said, no, I don't do that. I've never done it, and I don't think I'll ever do it. Why would I want to? Now, if I want to message you, I can probably pick up the phone and say, hey, how are you? That will be the maximum thing that I do. I will not come and say, Jitesh, please give me a job in Filmfare. Hey, how are you? And I'm not the one to come and say, or to keep just texting saying, I have an interest to, work in Filmfare. Can I come and sing? If there's any opening, please do consider me. No, I don't do that. I don't believe in that, and I don't think I'll do that ever.
Is there any role of yours you would have done differently?
My previous films. A lot of when I started out, seeing what I was then to what I am now, maybe a couple of films where because a lot of people did say that I might have overacted, or I thought about it myself. But also, if you notice that I've not been a part of any acting school. All my acting schools were my gurus. Bharti Raja sir, Balu Mahindra sir, Amir sir, everybody. They are my gurus. Mani sir, Puri Jagannath, everybody. All these guys, Ranjit sir, everybody. So Rajmouli sir. So you name it, these are my gurus. I am what I am because what they have taught me. So I would not want to change that. But somewhere deep down you do feel, why did I do that? I should have, I could have done this expression a different way, or I could have approached the scene a different way. Right now I do feel it, but again, I'm happy the way I was when I was.
Do you catch your breath when you think that you've had an extensive spectrum, Bharti Raja to Mani Ratnam to Rajamouli to, I mean, these are everybody's
Wish
a
list.
starlet's wish list.
No, I think I'm very fortunate and I'm very lucky that I got to work with some of the big names right at the start of my career. And well, I would love to work with them again. I hope they're listening and they call me.
What would you?
Not Balu sir, obviously, because Balu sir is.
Yeah,
he's,
obviously.
Yeah.
And thank you for being on my show.
Thank you for having me.
But before I let you go, there are these audiences who would like to ask you a few questions.
Of course, please. Let's make it interesting.
Yeah.
Come on, I say. I always love
Raise your hands.
I always love interacting with the audience. Let's make it interesting.
So I want to ask you, like, since you're so good at dance, if
Don't
you
ask me to dance.
No, I'd love, I'd love that, but no. If you could pick a co-star or two co-stars to star in a dance-themed movie, like the whole movie is like a musical and dance, who would you pick and why?
Junior NTR and Allu Arjun. I mean, there are a lot of other actors who really dance well. But since I've already danced with Junior NTR and he's my absolute favorite, we Junior and Tarak and Bunny. Because I think both of them are fabulous. As I said, Telugu, you have so many other actors. You have Ram Charan, you have Ram, Nitin. They're all fabulous dancers. But yeah, just these two came. I wouldn't, if we can add another hero, Ram Charan also. So 3, why not? The more the merrier.
Which actress would you like to work with the most?
I would have loved to work with Sridevi ma'am. She's always been my role model. She's always been my idol. I would have loved to work with her at some given point in time.
So I wanted to ask you who is like the most fun on the set, like
Me.
like Shah Rukh Khan, Ajay Devgan or Manoj Bajpayee.
I think Shah Rukh and Manoj sir. Yeah. Because Ajay sir is a little... See, I shot with Ajay sir only for 12 days. And mind you, we shot my portion in 2019. 2020. Just before the first wave hit. So I didn't have that much of an interaction with Ajay sir, but only when it came to shooting the scenes. But yes, I mean, when we were promoting, even while promoting the movie also, we went to Star Sports ka thing recently for IPL and all that. Sorry, I think that was the only time I've seen him sort of open up and, I've seen his fun side. So let's say, if God willing, if I get to work with Ajay sir again, I would love to work with him again. But yeah, for now, definitely Shah Rukh and Manoj sir for sure.
Just one. How was your experience working with Shah Rukh Khan twice, dancing with him?
Oh, I can do anything for Shah Rukh. Literally, if he calls me right now and says, to come and shoot a song for me or just do a cameo appearance for me, just walk across the frame, I would do it for him. Just because I love him. And he is so... see, the main thing is leaving the fan, the love for him aside. I think the way he respects everybody he respects everybody equally. Be it a man, be it a woman. The first thing he comes and he wishes everybody good morning. And then he gets on. Only then he goes to his vanity, gets ready, comes back, and then he says, okay, what is the scene for today? He figures out the scene, he does the scene, goes back, changes back into, once his portion for the film is done, for the scene is done, or for the day is done, he goes back, changes, comes back, says bye, and only then leaves.
So have you been hit on by more men or more women?
Men.
Yeah.
No woman hits
and how
on
do
me.
you, how,
No, okay, I have to say this. I think after Kanglal Kaidase and Adura Kana Kalam came out, and when, I was on X, which was Twitter back in the day, I did get a lot of DMs. Even when I think as recent as I joined when I joined Instagram, I think maybe 2008, 9 types or 10 types. I don't know when Instagram was a part of all of us, when it was introduced.
2008?
8, I think. So, yeah, maybe 8 or later half of 8 when I joined it. I got hit by some women. One or two ladies who said, I think you're really sexy and I wouldn't mind, why don't you meet us and let's meet up and, whatever. So I said, I'm flattered, thank you very much, but no. hit as many men can hit on me, no problem. See, I'm not trying to degrade or put them down in any way. Very respectfully, I'm very happy that, you know, even the women think that I'm good enough to be hit on. So I thank everybody for that. But yeah, I think my mind is that way.
How do you deflect the male come-ons?
No, as of now, you know, they're very, I think, you know, Mustafa's persona is like as if he's a gunda, you know. No, I'm not joking, you know, a lot of people actually get intimidated the moment they look at him. Because of, I think it's his persona that even I get intimidated half the time when I look at him. I take a step back and I think twice whatever I want to tell him, you know. So I think once people got to know that when we started seeing each other, and I think more so after we got married, you know, all the hitting ons have come down. I think till the time we were seeing each other also, I was being hit on by a lot of people. But yeah, I think after we got married, everybody was like, okay, you know what, she's not to be messed with, because people still think like he's some underworld don or something. You know? Seriously, I'm not joking. It's because, I told no, it's because of the way he talks and the way his persona is. Yeah.
So may you be hit on by more men, more
please,
women,
yeah,
and may
please.
you continue to shine with your
Thank you.
performances.
Thank you,
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
So much.
Thank you.